What's up, Pokemoshpitbeta? I'm the TGS Pokemon Channel, but you can call me Sandy for short. And today I'm bringing you a Pokemon Online UU battle. And as you can see by the team previews right here, my team is based around Paralysis, and then I come in and sweep with Banded Heracross and Specs Chandelure. And my opponent's team has a couple of walls that seem pretty threatening, and the only thing that seems to threaten me at the moment is the Swampert, because if that thing's banded, it could be an issue, but if it's just standard Stealth Rock support, then I think I can deal with it. So let's just get into the battle. Here we go. And as you can see, my opponent leads with his Swampert, as I lead with my Frostlass, and I'm just going to get up those spikes, and he goes for the Earthquake, and I get the Cursed Body, so I'm thinking this thing might be banded, but then so I go for the spikes, thinking he has to switch out, but then he goes straight for the Stealth Rock, so I know he's not banded, but then right here I'm thinking he's going to want to take me down, so I just go for the Destiny Bond after getting up the 2 layers of spikes, just to get a nice double down and bring the score quickly to 5-5. So then, on the blind switch, he goes into his Victini, so I'm assuming that's Scarf Victini, as I go into my Raikou, and my Raikou, I'm assuming he's going to go straight for the V-Create, so I switch out into my Chandelure for that Flash Fire, and thank goodness he does go for the V-Create. So I got that Flash Fire. I know he's going to have to switch out, so I predict any switch-in now that the Swampert's gone, and I go straight for the Overheat and take out that Porygon 2, which was a big weight off my shoulders, because I knew that Porygon 2 was going to be hard to take out if I couldn't get a free switch into Heracross. So right here was pretty bad move. For some odd reason, I was thinking I could outspeed Virizion, even though I don't have any speed EVs, but he just takes out my Chandelure. So I get the switch into Raikou, and I go for the T-Wave, trying to paralyze that Virizion, as he goes into the Dusclops, which, you know, doesn't mind a paralysis. So he takes that para, and I go for the Volt Switch because my Raikou can't do anything against his Dusclops, so I go into my Togekiss because the only way I can take this thing out with ease is to just flinch it to death with my Air Slashes, which, you know, that's what Togekiss does best, because I couldn't get a free switch into my Chandelure and, you know, take it out with a Shadow Ball. So I try to take out that sub with an Air Slash, doesn't take it out in one, as he misses the Will-O-Wisp, which isn't too big in the long run, but I take out that Air Slash on the second turn as he gets the full para, and then I hit him with one more Air Slash and hope for that flinch, and thank goodness I get that flinch. And now, as long as I get max damage on this one, then he's gone, and I get a crit, which probably didn't matter as long as I got that max damage. And right here, I want to go for the T-Wave because I'm thinking this thing's banded, and I know at full HP I can live a hit, so I go for the T-Wave as he goes for the Taunt, but he outspeeds, obviously. So then, switching to my Raikou as he misses a Super Fang, which you'll see later and isn't too big in the long run. So I go for the T-Wave on the switch-in, which happens to read Virizion, which is pretty good. And then I go for the Reflect, but he scores a crit with the Close Combat, which actually isn't too big of a deal, because now I get a free switch into Togekiss, and I really wanted to predict a switch into Victini or Crobat here and go for the Thunder Wave, but I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I just went for the Air Slash. You know, the 4 times effectiveness is beckoning, so then I know with the Reflect up, I can switch out into Snorlax and take any move he has with ease. And he locks himself into the Fusion Bolt. And I know he's going to switch right here, so I go for the Body Slam, trying to get the para on the Crobat, but unfortunately I don't get it. And he goes for the Super Fang, takes out a nice chunk of my HP, as I go for another Body Slam, because I know if I just paralyze this thing, then I can sweep with Heracross, but he goes for the Brave Bird, which I wasn't too sure why, because he could have lived another Body Slam with Lefty's recovery, but he goes for that Brave Bird, and with that recoil I get to take him out with the Body Slam. So after that, he brings in his Victini as I leave Snorlax in his Death Fodders just to see what he's going to lock himself into. And he locks himself into the Fusion Bolt, and I know Heracross can take that very easily with the Reflect up. So then I just lock myself into Close Combat, take out that Victini, which just leaves him with a paralyzed Virizion at around 25%, which is easily going to get taken out by Close Combat. So that leaves me with the Narrow 2-0. Good game, BFan. And if you enjoyed the narration, come check out my channel. And also leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the Pokemoshpitbeta. And subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys have an excellent day. So, deuces.